All right, that was a minute of syncing it up.
Are we starting?
Yeah, we're starting.
Intro. Josh, go ahead and do the intro.
I'm gonna do the intro.
Do the intro, Josh.
I'm gonna do the intro.
Do the intro.
All right, shut up.
Is this the intro?
Shut up.
We're in the intro right now, right?
Can I do the? Can I do the intro?
Do the intro.
Can I do the intro?
We're in the intro. We're in it.
Okay.
Do it.
This is the okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mutually Assured Destruction podcast. I'm Sharif.
Oh no, I'm Josh. What's up?
He's Josh. Today's topic: why Sharif shouldn't have my address.
we're getting into that right away. Hey Josh, your audio sounds a little better.
Yeah, I wonder why. It's not like you sent me a bunch of shit.
I just sent you a microphone. I don't know what you're
You
angry
sent
about.
me a bunch of these stupid squishy things too. I've got like 30 of them sitting in my desk, and I don't know what to do with these.
Amazon recommended them.
I pulled one of them out. Mm-hmm. One, just to look at. They're all individually wrapped. I pulled one out of this bucket. 2 seconds later, this thing is covered in dust, and it is disgusting.
I haven't seen the bucket. How many are there?
There's like 30 in it. This is the bucket.
Oh, it's like a little bucket.
I mean, it's not a big bucket, but it's a bucket nonetheless.
You got a bucket of squishies, dude. I don't know why you're upset. Man, thank God
what
you
am
got
I
to
going to do with this? Like, if you sent me one or two as a joke, I'd be, that's funny. This is just irritating because I don't want to just throw it out.
I tried looking for one or two.
But I don't want to keep it.
Amazon doesn't. Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do with them. There's no purpose to those things. I was like, what's the most useless thing I could send him? Like, the mic was too useful. I had to balance it out. But Amazon doesn't sell them individually wrapped tiny little squishies.
I mean, you were definitely right when you said I wasn't going to expect it.
No, you were trying to guess. I'm like, there's no sense to it. You'll never guess what I sent you. But
part of me was really hoping for that bulk box of combs you bought.
So you could have more combs.
Oh, it came in?
It came in, dude. I got my combs. I have 144 combs. I don't know. I've been waiting. I was waiting to open it on here so you can see that there is indeed 144 combs.
How long ago did it come in?
Oh, Monday, like instantly, essentially. I actually took a picture of me holding it up to you while we were playing D&D. So, I've had these combs for a while.
Yeah, you showed it to us.
What? All right, they're wrapped in packs of 10.
Well, you gotta use 10 at a time then.
I guess so, dude.
Wait, there's 144, but they're wrapped in packs of 10?
I don't. Well,
so there's one pack 10. Of 4?
Oh my god! I dropped them everywhere. There's combs everywhere. This is the worst thing to spill. I spilled my combs. Hold on, I got.
That's not something I really expect. I wouldn't expect to hear it, but I wouldn't expect to not hear it. Just, I spilled my combs everywhere. Oh, this is such a pain. My day's ruined.
8, 9, 10. 11.
It should be 12 per pack, right?
There's 12. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to figure out what 144
per pack. That's just
is.
Horrible packaging.
Yeah. No. There's 12. I couldn't do the math on what a multiple of 144 was. I'm done with engineering, Josh. I've left the cult of STEM.
No, that's right. It's not like you're working at an engineering company.
No.
Or anything.
Okay.
No.
All right. Let's talk about that for a second. You've done professional. You've done the business boys, right? You've business boyed.
Yeah, we were the corporate boys.
Yeah, the corporate boys.
I worked at Bosch.
Was Teams a thing when you were doing that? Did they have Teams or was it Skype?
We use Skype. Are you talking about Microsoft Teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, we use Skype.
All right. Do you know the concept of Teams? It's essentially Skype.
Yeah, I've seen Dave use it.
Okay. What a crazy. All right. So I was looking through it, and I looked up my boss because I was like, I need to message him something. There's a little tab that says organization, and it shows you exactly who's in the organization. So it showed like me under him with like 10 other people. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I know who's kind of in my inner circle. Then it showed me who his boss was, and his boss, and his boss, going all the way up to the CEO of the company I work for. I clicked on his name. There's an option to video call him.
Video call the CEO.
No, I did call the CEO of this multi-billion-dollar company. He was in a meeting, but
we had the same thing at Bosch, but just on Skype. It was a bit more like hidden to try to find like who your like supervisors were, but you could trace it all the way back up to the CEO too.
I'm sure you could immediately. But
I
you
usually didn't click
call
past the president of my division because I was too scared to accidentally click something and just kind of ruin it for myself.
Nope, you click organization in Teams, the whole thing's right there, the whole tree. And I clicked on it, I'm like, I could call the company CEO right now. What do you think if this random tech called them? I was like, hey, how's your morning? Like,
no, you don't call him like that. You just act like it's a butt dial, but it's not a phone. You're on a computer. It's like, how did you do that? What did you do? You're just having a conversation with like someone in the cubicle next to you.
I just think that's crazy that you can call the CEO of a company. The CEO, some random guy. Like, imagine just being the CEO and seeing this random, like, you wouldn't expect it ever. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just something.
There's things on like LinkedIn, like a lot of the CEOs are like presidents of like these different companies or divisions. They have their LinkedIns and you can just message them. Like, that's what I did. I think it was Gentherm.
But messages you can ignore them.
Yeah, that's true. I know, but still, the fact remains, like, you can ignore a call.
Yeah, but it's a lot harder to ignore a call.
You can just contact.
Yeah.
In any situation, you just have the opportunity and option to contact these people, because a lot of the time these are like on LinkedIn, it's just public information.
Yeah, but it's so much. It's so much harder to ignore a phone call. Like
can you video call on LinkedIn?
No, but you can on Teams. Imagine getting a whole screen notification that some rando at the bottom of the chain is trying to call you. What if I called them?
And he's like in some big meeting, trying to secure some deal to get the company like millions of dollars in sales or whatever.
Hey,
in the middle of that, just pops up, Sharif is calling you.
Just get a call. It's like, hey, we're out of creamer. Can you get some more?
Does it have your title? Does it have your title next to your name?
I think it would.
Teams?
Yeah, because it has. Because
I know it did on Skype. So like when I would call my boss on Skype, it would say like Josh Russo, intern.
I think it would. Yeah.
So it would just say Sharif Abuzir.
Yeah.
Tech.
Yeah. What if I called them?
Call and be like, hey, we got a problem. I didn't know who else to call. You seem like you know what you're doing.
What if I was just like,
where's the oscilloscope?
What if I was like,
I can't find it.
No, if I was like, we're out of creamer and I don't know who to call about this.
No, what if he was like super nice? He's like, oh no worries.
You ordered me more
I'll
creamer.
Put you in touch with who to get in contact for that if you want some more creamer.
What if he personally sent me more creamer?
Wait, is he? No. So he's in Germany then, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he'd be in Germany.
He could still send me creamer. I mean,
No, he personally walks into your office and be like, "I'm looking for Sharif."
Yo,
But the thing is, with a lot of the CEOs, when you're working in a company, you don't know who they are. You don't know what they look like. So I guarantee he could walk in, no one would know who the fuck he is. They'd be like, "Who is this random ass dude?"
No,
and he'd be like, "I own the company."
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think we just switched CEOs, so yeah. But
like you know the name, but 90% of the time you're not gonna put a face to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I found it crazy that you can just call up the CEO and be like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. I'm like 12 tiers below CEO. I'm not.
That's a lot of tiers.
I didn't realize it. I feel like I should put this on my resume that I'm only like 5 tiers below the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company.
You just said 12. What is it? 12?
No, it's like 5. It's like me, my direct manager, the director of R&D for the company is his boss, and then there's like the CEO of marketing, and then him.
But you have to think, how many people are at each of those levels between you?
Thousands for sure.
At least hundreds.
For sure, thousands. I think if I even climbed one level, I'd probably be in the same category as like 100,000 people. Not that much, but like 20,000.
Yeah. But no, speaking about work though, so the bike shop that I'm at right now, working as a mechanic.
Yeah.
The company, it's a family-owned company, and we have a few locations around Michigan. There's 7 locations right now. Mm-hmm. I just found out like this was a family business. We are the 4th largest giant bike dealer in the nation.
Wow. So there's not a lot of bike dealers out there.
No, there are, but we've just we sell so many Giant branded bicycles, and we made so many deals with them. Yeah.
That's crazy. This tiny little bike. Yeah, either that speaks on how good that bike shop is or how bad Giant is as a company.
No, they are great bikes. It is great quality, and
sounds like you're being paid by them.
They have been working very closely with Giant. Like, they've made a lot of deals with them, and I don't know. They've just got a good relationship going, I guess. But a lot of people are pissed off because we're trying to be a more like fancier upper end bike shop. We're like, oh, we only service bikes we sold or that are Giant brands, so we can kind of keep the name. Like, hey, we're working with Giant. We just want to like work with them only. And so people call. They're like, hey, I've got like this old Walmart Huffy from like 1984. Can you guys fix it? And we're like, I mean, even if we weren't doing the thing where we're only taking Giant branded bikes, like, we wouldn't want to.
Yeah, you could.
The amount of time and effort that goes into those things is not worth how much we get paid to do it.
All right, well, calm down, you bike racists. All bikes are equal, but you really could
Walmart
buy a
brand
new
bikes
bike.
are not equal to
No,
all
that's
others.
fair. That's fair. I learned that real quick. I've broken like 4 Walmart bikes in the span of like a year, and I was like,
Yeah, you pay
no more.
$100 for a bike, you get $100 quality bike.
You get like 4 rides out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, when we're trying to fix these things, we have to carry it up and down stairs from the storage area and then mount it in a stand. These things weigh like 80 pounds.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just annoying to try to hoist this thing up with one hand holding onto the seat.
Yeah.
But that was another thing. So I've had this like voice in the back of my head for the last week. Like, you always have those thoughts of like just stupid, like psychotic things you think you should do, but you're like, no, I'm not going to do it.
you say I'm not going to do it. I don't.
No, but most people
All right, I'll
wouldn't do it. But like, there was a few times I almost broke and did it. And one of the times I actually did, I was fixing a bike. And I had it mounted in the stand. It was clamped onto the seat post, and there was a quick release on the seat post to the rest of the bike. Mm-hmm. And I'm just staring at it. And the voice in my head was like, unclip it. Just drop the bike. I'm like, okay. I just flick it, and the bike just fell and crashed. And the chain flew off of the derailleur and everything. I'm like, nice.
It was worth the need to fix it all over again.
Yeah, I mean...
Speaking of
I fixed it. I didn't do anything to the bike that like really damaged it. It was just like an extra 10 minutes to like put everything back in place. And then I looked at it as it was sitting on the ground. I'm like, I did that. Why did I do that?
Yeah, imagine that, but all the time. That's essentially a day in my life.
No, I'm aware.
I don't.
If you forget when we were in college, we spent 24 hours together.
Okay, yeah,
every single day.
Good point. Yeah. Well, I don't ignore those instincts. They get me as far as I've gotten.
I know. I think the worst one I had, or the 2 worst ones I had.
Yeah.
The first one isn't that bad. It's just like, why would I do this? I was heating up some leftover French fries from this place I got food at, and as I was doing that, I got the ketchup out, and I was starting to put it on the side of the plate, and then part of me was like, just squirt it all over the rest of the fries. Just drown your fries in it. I'm like,
no.
And I started to move my hand. I'm like, wait, no.
You put your ketchup on the side, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, of course. Yeah, I just wanted
I'm
to
not
make
a sociopath.
Just wanted to make sure you weren't a heathen who covers their fries.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you cover your fries in ketchup, don't listen to this.
Yeah, go ahead, unsubscribe, unfriend us, because I assume everyone.
That's Asha. That's Asha.
It's
She's gonna
Asha?
unsubscribe. Yeah, I found out the other day. I
why
told her
would
that
you?
story, and she's like, that's definitely not me.
Oh my god, Asha.
We'll
bully her on a separate occasion. This is a bigger
Absolutely.
conversation.
But the other thing that I was gonna say with like the voice in the back of my head, like, it was really busy at the bike shop. There was a lot of customers, and I was working on a crap ton of repairs. Mm-hmm. And I really had to piss because I had a lot of coffee. And I'm like, I don't have time to go to the bathroom right now. I'm just like, I could just piss my pants.
don't piss your pants. It's not.
I'm like, I could do it. Like, I could do it.
Yes.
I shouldn't. I could.
We didn't talk about this last week. We definitely talked about it. Things are okay when you shit your pants, right? Hold on. No, all right, let me recontext that. Let me recontext that.
Yeah, you need to explain this for everyone that doesn't know what we're talking about.
The worst part All right, I'm gonna preface this by saying I haven't shit my pants in like 10 years. But the worst part about it, wait, that'd make me 14. That's still too close of it. No, I probably was around 14. That was like my growth spurt. I didn't know what the hell was going on with my body. But we were discussing the worst part about shitting your pants is the need to take a shit. Like I feel once you do it, like the pressure's off.
Yeah, but then you just feel disgusting.
Yeah, you have the
smells,
I mean, you have the consequences.
It's horrible. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But like at least internally the pain is just relieved.
Yeah. It's like at that point, you know things can't get worse. It's like this is the bottom. But it's like
I mean, they could get worse. Imagine you're in the car, that happens, and then you get pulled over. It's like, sir, we need to do a strip search.
Well, I think no, I don't think it can get worse. I think the officer would let you go. They may go, officer, I shitted myself. They're gonna be like, get out of here.
Get out of the car.
Prove it, blast the AC. They'd be like, you're free to leave. Turn one of the vents towards them. All right, you're free to go, son. Don't have me catch you shitting your pants out here again.
Actually, you know what? If you ever did something like not horrible, but like you're gonna get a ticket or something.
Yeah, I never
Could you
thought
just
of
shit
that.
your pants and then they'd be like, okay, just leave?
You think Jeffrey Dahmer would have gotten away with things if he just shit his pants? Like the minute people started investing, no one wants to be around someone who shit their pants.
Exactly. I think that's a little too extreme for the scenario I'm talking about, but I'm just saying like not minor things, but like if you want to, it's like a get out of jail free card for anything that's not too serious.
Yeah. No, wow.
Like I'm imagining you're in school and your teacher's just going off at you for like not turning in your homework.
Okay, but you don't want to be the person at school who shit their pants. That's a fate worse than hell. Just forever being the kid, because middle schoolers don't let that go. You're forever that kid now.
No, like, Sharif. You're not in middle school. You're in college.
I think college kids understand that better.
Oh, yeah, like, oh, he's probably drunk.
Yeah, or they'd be like, oh, dude didn't want to turn in his homework. What can you say?
Yeah, like, oh, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah.
Hey, Sharif, don't want to take an exam. You know you're gonna fail. Shit your pants.
Oh, teacher.
Oh, dude, back in high school, there was this kid, a grade above me, and our teacher, he said that the only way you could get out of taking an exam in his class is if you you were in class, like you were in school. The only way to not take his exam was if you were just sick and you just puked on your desk right before he gives you the exam. And apparently he told us the story of this kid. He said, oh, fucking bet, stuck his hand down his throat and puked on his desk, and
what?
He's like, could I go home now? And he just looked at him. He's like, leave.
All right. That's one of those things where it's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, dude.
No.
Oh,
especially in high school. That it's like, it doesn't matter.
By the way, we're almost 20 minutes in. Should we discuss the last episode? Should we discuss why we're doing this again? Because I thought this was going to be like a one shot. I didn't think we were actually going to do that. Like almost the whole...
I think the only thing that needs to be explained is that we have stupid conversations. People always listen to it, and people have told us to record it.
But almost 100 people. Who are you people?
I don't know.
I was expecting like 3 views. Almost 100 people.
Yeah.
We know like 5 people combined.
No, you might.
I might. Oh, you got connections?
But the thing is, I didn't even like market this towards like the huge friend groups I'm in. Like I literally just posted this on like Twitter and sent it to a few of my close friends.
Yo, I really kind of want...
So I don't know what happened.
I want like total outreach. I want to know every single person who's listening to this, because this is a dangerous game. I lost 5 Twitter followers because of that episode. Like,
good.
I purposely made a note of it because I was like, I wonder if I'll lose any. I was expecting 1 or 2.
I'm
one
curious
person
if I've
I
lost
went
any.
to thank for something they did for me the other week, and I realized they soft blocked me because I wasn't following
the
them.
person that you saw their tweet about the Van Gogh mugs.
Yeah, I guess we're calling him out then. All right, cool. I was just, whatever.
Yeah.
But
there's no name.
Yeah, no, but I thought. I was like, I love these mugs. I'm gonna message them about it. I went to they soft blocked me, and I was like, understandable. I get it. But at the same time, like, I don't know, it's fine. Like I said, I stopped caring about what people thought of me a long time ago. So if you didn't know this is who I am, surprise.
So I just checked my Twitter.
Yeah.
I have one extra follower.
Oh, someone found you somehow through this. No, yeah.
That's their mistake.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I keep a nice mishmash of people on my Twitter.
A nice mishmish?
Nice mishmash. Oh, God. There's definitely some Arabs listening who know what mishmash are. Dude, and they're confused why this brown
I'm just going to explain. If you don't know what mishmish is, it's dried apricots.
Dried apricots. It's the best.
So
I should get some now. They
taste so good, but I hate the fact I will be on the toilet for 10 hours after I eat a handful.
Yeah, I don't know what people talk about, like prune juice. Apricots will mess you up. They'll mess you up.
I've actually never had prune juice, so I don't know which one's worse.
I haven't either.
All I know is the mishmish hurt. It hurt.
Yeah. No, that's because you didn't have enough.
Dude, the worst part, no. See, I had enough. The thing is, I didn't eat anything else that day, so it was like trying to wring out an empty cloth. I'm like, it's like you're just squeezing it. It's just trying to kill me.
That's the best. You know what? There's probably not a better descriptor for that. Wring out an empty cloth.
Like that's what my stomach felt like.
Oh man!
Like there was nothing to squeeze out. And it's just like, we're going to keep doing it.
There is like a 3-second period after a bout of mishmish where you like consider writing up a will.
Dude, you remember when I was in Boston with you, I was on the floor for like a good 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to let me mute myself to clear my throat real quick. Didn't mute the recording, just realized that I should keep that in. I just muted Discord, but as I turned, I looked over at the recording and I'm like, oh, that's still going as well. What were you saying?
No, I was saying that with the mishmish when I was in Boston, like you saw me, I was there on your floor for at least 30 minutes because I like couldn't get up because it hurt so bad.
Yeah, I'm telling you, mishmish will make it. It's like the same thing where you have like a real quick heart murmur. You're like, is this the end? Like,
yeah, except this wasn't real quick. I thought I might actually die for like a solid hour.
Yeah, dude, I'm old now. I have a life insurance policy.
If you die, can I get the money?
No, I'm specifically not putting in your name because you'll kill me. Like, I don't want to give you any more incentive to have me die.
I think the thing is, if you put it in my name and you died, they would immediately just assume I killed you.
Yeah, but that makes my insurance.
I think regardless if when you died, they're like, Josh killed him.
You're definitely gonna be suspect, even if it is natural causes. That's it's in my life insurance policy.
Bold of you to assume you even have a chance of dying by natural causes.
Yeah,
unless you consider a volcano natural
or mishmish. Volcanoes are part of nature. But yeah, no, it was so weird filling it out. I was like, it was kind of nice though, because like there's this point in life, like the first 20 something years of your life, I feel like it's in the back of everyone's head, but mine especially, where it's like, whatever you do, don't die, because it's going to leave your family with crippling debt. And now it's like, oh, I'm kind of good to die because they'll get a lot of money out of it.
I mean, it's really messed up, but now they'll get something out of it.
It's I didn't know this was a weight that could be lifted off my shoulders so early in life.
Oh yeah. Like do you know how much it costs for like a funeral normally?
No.
Or like a coffin? It costs like $5,000, I think is what I saw.
Damn.
When you die, you have to pay $5,000.
I feel like Muslims probably get a discount though because we don't use coffins.
Oh yeah,
we probably.
The coffin is definitely a huge expense just because like you've seen how nice they can
be. We also don't actually have services. We just go to the mosque real quick and they're like, "Hey, look who died."
When I die, just get some plywood, just nail it into a box shape and stick my body in it.
No, what do you
and
call it?
Dump it in a river.
Why do that much effort? Just toss you straight in the river.
Yeah, but Sharif, but think of this.
Yeah.
Do you want my immediate essence polluting the river?
Dude, you put anything through a Brita filter and it's good. I'm fine. I'll just Brita filter the Josh tea bag floating down the river, and we'll be good. It's no issue. Brita
Wait,
filters take care of anything.
So you know about cremations, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So normally that's incinerated with fire,
Hmm.
and then you get the ashes. But there's a lot of like carbon emissions because of that, and it's not too great for the earth.
Yeah, I didn't
know?
expect it to be.
So one thing that I saw recently at the beginning, not too recently, it was a year ago, when quarantine first started.
Oh, yeah.
But I watched this video on this guy that was developing water cremation where they literally blast your body with high pressure water in this massive chamber and it just disintegrates you.
But then you're just left with like a soggy mush of skin. Like, what are you left with at the end of the day when you do that?
Nothing.
What, you
You're left
just
with
get,
nothing.
you just turn into like particles. They just flush you down the toilet, essentially.
Yep. And then just dump them in a Brita filter.
Dump it in a Brita filter. Yeah, this is a little too gross even for this podcast. I didn't think anyone clicked into this. I knew they probably expected the worst, but I don't think they're expecting human tea bags.
Welcome back to the Mutual Assured
Welcome
Destruction
back.
Podcast, episode 1.
Episode
Brita
one,
filters.
Oh no, I thought we were just gonna cut out everything before that.
Nope.
I thought you were
No.
redoing the intro.
No, we're leaving
I'm
it.
putting in a new music
Episode
intro, by the way.
1, Brita filters.
Brita filters. No. So,
Can we get a sponsorship?
not after we just did whatever we did to the brand Brita.
Okay, but Sharif, if it could filter that, would you not use it to just filter regular tap water?
What do you mean if? It definitely can, dude. Those things filter anything. You might have to pick a little bit of skin out of the Brita, but it'll be fine. Those things
It
weather
might get a little
worse.
clogged, but no worries. Just
Yeah.
just dump it out.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, life insurance. What a crazy thing, dude. I didn't think you could have that at 24 years old. I didn't think that was like a policy you could get, but it's free through my company. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. Like,
I mean, because companies want you alive.
this is not an incentive to be alive, dude. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know. I honestly, I'll be honest. I don't know why companies give out life insurance policies.
Josh, you ever consider the fact that Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination?
What do you mean from our imagination?
Isn't that
He was a real thing.
That's how the lyrics go, isn't it?
I don't know. Were the kids on LSD?
I don't
What is
know,
this?
but he's definitely from their imagination. That's what it says. That's what they say. Barney is a dinosaur from our... Yeah, he's definitely...
Oh,
He's from their imagination. That dude was never real. It was just kids
They were
tripping on a
tripping
playground. It really was it.
These kids were tripping hardcore if they saw a big purple dinosaur.
They're kind of smart, though. I mean, these kids taught themselves to brush their teeth and whatnot. Like, dang, dude. He's really from our imagination.
I think I was on a call with you and was it like Asha or someone else when we watched that weird kid
Bebas!
show?
Bebas! What were Bebas?
That thing actually gave me nightmares for like a week.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, we rewatched one of the episodes, and even like the skits of the humans didn't make sense.
No, because it was just silent. There was no talking.
No one was talking
For
except
almost
for the narrator. And it was like
Yeah.
everyone was interracial, which didn't make sense because like there was family context. I don't know.
Okay, it's good you said there's family context.
Oh yeah, Bebas is not a white supremacy show. Let's get that very clear.
I know, but yeah, it didn't make sense because it's like, oh, this mother and father, they have
An
children.
Asian and
they could have
black
adopted.
kid.
They could have adopted.
They could have, yeah. It's kind of weird though. Like I get it was the 90s, late 90s, so like everything was about like being like they did it a little too over the top. They stretched these parameters of interracial just so that way they could like fit in the whole cast.
Yeah.
But still it didn't make sense in the context. I mean, it would have been more normal.
Kids shows when you watch them as an adult are actually horrifying.
Yeah, dude, that was weird. That was so weird.
Like I've looked back at some other shows, like just the animation style alone, like is nightmare fuel.
Yeah, but you turn on kid shows nowadays and it's not the same. which makes you wonder, like, what was our parents' generation on that they were creating this weird stuff? It was weird.
No, it wasn't only that they were on. They had to be on something weird to make the shows, but what were our parents on to let us watch those shows?
Yeah, that stuff definitely. What do you call it? Is that and 1,000 Ways to Die? Like that stuff. That's the stuff that we shouldn't have had access to, but like was so normalized.
Dude, I found that show in like 3rd or 4th grade, and I don't know why, but my parents were like, "You can watch it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." that instilled like an irrational fear in me of like peeing in water. Like,
I know what episode you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just that show just like inspired my fascination with creepy, morbid things. Like I came out at the end of that, and I was like, I feel it. I get, sometimes dudes die in vats of acid. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, they do. My favorite one was the guy. I can't remember what's the thing called where you just like fall asleep randomly.
Insomnia. No, that's the other thing. That's the opposite.
That's the opposite. That's the opposite. But the guy, he worked in like a manufacturing plant, and he fell asleep in like this
narcolepsy,
yeah. And he fell asleep in like one of the giant ovens that they use to like heat treat metals.
You don't fall asleep in those. That can't.
Yeah, he fell asleep, and then they closed it on him, and then he kind of died.
That can't be real. That one in particular.
It was literally like the scene out of what's the movie? Was it Matt Damon? Elysium, where he gets locked in like that radiation chamber.
Never seen it.
It was a pretty good movie. You should watch it.
Yeah. You know what's a horrible movie that I hate and I don't know why?
Tall Girl?
Fuck, you knew what I was gonna say. You knew it. You knew Tall Girl it's such a bad show. It's so bad. It's so horrible. Dude. Let's just talk. I just wanna alright, we talked about it a little.
I've still never seen it. I don't ever want to see it. No.
I think you should see it just to see how bad it is, dude.
I was around you and Tibby when you two were watching it multiple times, but I never once watched it with you.
I feel like you're missing out just because, like, it's like those bad 80s movies that, like, people watch just to be like, this is bad, but it's, like, it's normal and it's real and it's, like, it's modern. See,
but the thing is with those bad 80s movie, people watch those ironically. People watch Tall Girl unironically.
The producers had expectations that this was going to be like a real movie franchise. That's the craziest part. And
no. The crazy part was that they're like, oh, being tall is a problem in society. I'm like,
yeah, we should discuss this. The girl who plays Tall Girl is 6'2". She's your height, Josh, and you're tall, but you're not crazy tall.
No, like she's slightly above average.
Yeah.
It depends on where you're from, obviously.
But like, she's an American
assuming
high
she was
schooler.
probably like Dutch or like from like Norway or like somewhere up there in like Northern Europe, where that's I don't know exactly, but it was probably slightly above the average height for like a girl in high school at the time.
Yeah. No.
Because like I remember when I was in Estonia, I was at a bar. And this guy, I just started talking to him. Or no, I wasn't at the bar yet. I was at the hostel, and I was talking to this guy that was staying at the hostel with us. I was like, hey, you want to come to the bar with us? Like, he's this tall dude, probably like 6'6" or something. I'm like, yeah, you want to come to the bar? He's like, I can't. I'm 17. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh,
dudes grow up taller when you have like a permafrost around. That's definitely it's an incentive to grow up tall. But she's 6'2", and they try to make her seem like this freak of nature by having the entire cast to be 7'2" or smaller. Like everyone
7'2" or smaller.
5'7" or smaller. Everyone in the high school is so fucking short. And you could tell, like, in the movie, like, there's certain scenes where, like, you line someone up to a door and you're like, how tall is this jock supposed to be? You look up his IMDb character. He's like 5'6", and it's like, wait a minute, something's off now. They just got bulky short people playing all these like jock roles, but they
just got CrossFitters to play the roles.
Like her love interest is 6'4" or something like that, and they make him seem like he's a mammoth, and like, it's like
that is definitely tall, but it's not that tall.
No. It's nothing crazy. And I just find it crazy that they tried pulling this thing over our eyes where they're like, oh, yeah, she's massive. There's one scene where her parents invite over a club for tall people. And everyone in the club is like her height. And now that you know that she's like 6'2", it's not a tall people club. This is a slightly above average people club. This is something.
And these are adults. These are fully grown people. That's normal.
Yeah, but it's just imagine if we created the slightly above average club. like you got to fit within these parameters. You can't be below 6 foot, but you can't be 6'4".
It's like when you're in Cedar Point and they have you must be at least this tall to enter.
Yeah. We're gonna have those at the door, but we're also gonna have an inverse one where it's like any taller, get out. There's another club for you somewhere else. It's not this one. That one. What a horror! Oh my god, dude! What a bad movie. All right, so I'm not gonna lie with you. I'm trying to look through my notes because we wrote down notes, and I can't make out half of these. I got Barney as a dinosaur of our imagination. That one made sense.
God. But wait, hang on. But so one thing I want to bring up real quick.
Yeah.
So at my gym, so yesterday was the first day of the CrossFit Open. So it's this long competition and it's like based on what your scores are on every workout. Like someone's judging you. Mm-hmm. And then whoever, I don't know the exact like top percentage, but then those people make it to the regionals, and then you make it into the CrossFit Games in like Madison, Wisconsin, and you compete on like TV.
Right.
But so on top of that, my gym, we split up into 2 teams. Like there was a draft, and like so we're on 2 different teams. So my team, we have to wear blue to get like extra points to try to win.
Okay.
And
I don't know where that's going.
So. Not a lot of us have like blue workout shorts. Like most people just have like black or gray.
That makes sense. Okay.
And as a joke, in the CrossFit community, there's this website called Born Primitive. They make workout jorts.
Oh no, you're talking about your jorts again, Josh.
I said it as a joke. I'm like, hey guys, we should all get these because they're blue and ugly and stupid. And they're like, that'd be funny. 3 hours later, I get a notification on our Facebook group page. It's like, hey guys, I just bought my jorts. Where's everyone else at in their orders? And like 8 other people commented, ours are on the way. They'll be here next week. I'm like,
oh, there's a reason behind the jorts.
I'm like, they did this because of me. And I'm like, I'm the one that said it. And I would feel horrible like if they all bought it and like I didn't because I'm the one that mentioned it. Jorts. So I bought workout jorts. And because they were expensive, they were $50. So I intend to wear these
the price of a full pair of jeans.
Yeah, I intend to wear these a lot.
That's crazy.
I'm getting my money's worth out of this. Also, because there's no video with this podcast, I just want to point out that Sharif is sticking like how you have like 12 combs just stuck in your beard right now.
I got 9 right now. I'm going for 10. We'll do video eventually. I just wanted to see if I could, and there's definitely room for more. And I can talk, and they're not falling out. All right, that's 11. I'm going to stop at 12. I'm going to see how long it takes. All right, I'm at 12 beards. I'm at 12.
12 beards?
I'm at 12 combs in my beard. This is definitely going to, the clicking of it is definitely going to pick up on the audio.
You know what that reminds me of?
Huh?
Did you ever do that thing in like middle school when you just take like pencils and stuff and you just like stick it in your hair?
Yeah,
and,
look,
see
Josh,
if it'll stay.
Look at my fucking hair. Of course I did.
Yeah, I know. But like, even like I don't have like that dense of hair that could hold stuff, but I did that all the time and it was just like satisfying.
Yeah, no, for me, I could fit like whole pencil cases in my hair and no one would be able to see them. Especially when I had like my shaggy middle schooler hair.
I can't remember. Whoa, I think it was you hit like a butter knife or something in your beard one time, and then you turn around to me and you just rip it out. You're like, give me your money.
Yeah. It was plastic, but I definitely remember doing this. I'm not a weirdo, Josh. I don't carry around full metal butter knives for no reason. It's definitely...
No, but you carry around that one knife we got on the camping trip.
Oh, you mean the one that's on the table right behind me?
The one that's engraved to say Magnum?
We're not gonna talk about that. We're just gonna zoom right. Hey,
yeah. Speaking about the like middle school and stuff, and just like young kids, my bike shop, like to help on Saturdays, they hired this like 16-year-old kid.
Yeah.
My God, I feel so old.
Oh yeah, you was talking about
Me,
this. How he
me,
thinks you're
me,
like
and one of the
30.
other guys, we were just talking about like, oh, we were just, what show was it? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and this kid walks up. He's like, "What's that? I've never heard of it." I'm like, "It's been running for your entire life."
It goes. It's on after your bedtime. Go to sleep.
Yeah. And like, I mentioned floppy disks to the other guy.
Oh, that's a mistake. They never were gonna know what that
and
are.
yeah, and this kid, he's like, what is that? And we're like, oh no,
Yeah, they're never.
oh no. This kid literally was born when like the iPod Touch first came out. I think
That's weird because I remember
he was born in like 2006 or something.
No.
Yeah.
Yo, are we dying? We're dying.
We're dying.
a
I
good
mean,
thing-
for other reasons, but
It's a good thing I have a life insurance policy.
don't worry, Sharif. We'll run your body through the Brita filter when you die.
Stop. Let's move away from the Brita filter. You know what I was... All right. You know what I always found dumb? Like, talking about old people stuff. Old people always tried forcing all of this knowledge onto us that we had no use for. Why do we need a state bird? Why do we need a state flower or like a state tree?
I don't know. That's something I never actually understood either.
Why'd they make us memorize it in elementary school? I didn't retain any of
Yeah,
that
that was
information.
weird. Like, or like we didn't have to like memorize it, but like it was.
They told us about it
They
at
asked
the very
questions about it
least.
like on tests.
Yeah.
On occasion, like 1 or 2 questions on our social studies exams would be like, "What's the or what's the state bird of Nevada?"
Yeah. Why? Who cares?
I don't know.
Dude, I think we should just have one elected representative for every state and they decide what it is. Like we should have like a state Greg. Like our state, it's like, oh, what's your state flower? I don't know. Ask our state Greg. He'll know. Like he decides, you know?
So it just changes every time there's a new.
Yeah.
rep.
It's like, hey man, what's your state pencil? It's like, I don't know. Fucking ask Greg. Greg, what's our state pencil, Greg? He's like, oh, that's obviously big
Should just
pencils.
look him up on Teams and video call him.
Dude, our state
Ask.
Greg? I don't know. We should all have a state Greg, though. I don't think it's necessary for us to have, like, individual mandated stuff.
Or Sharif, you could just have, the governor.
No, but I feel like he's too busy doing governor stuff. Like, we should have one dude his entire existence is dedicated to being our state representative for useless things.
I just realized you're not in Michigan anymore, so you have a new governor.
I have a new Greg. I don't know who he is, but I've got to find out what our state bird is through this Greg. Yeah, I don't have to deal with is Andrew, whatever his name is, still a thing?
Who?
Who's our governor? Who's your governor, I guess I should say.
In Michigan?
Yeah.
Whitmer?
Right. She's the governor. I was thinking it was still that old dude who poisoned Flint.
Oh,
Andrew something.
God, what's it? I
It was
can't remember his
Andrew,
name.
wasn't it?
I hated him.
Yeah, I
don't know.
totally forgot Whitmer's a thing, even though like she got almost killed like 8 times.
Oh, okay. What's his name? It was Rick Snyder.
Rick Snyder. That
Yeah.
was way off. That was way off.
Yeah.
Why do I think Andrew?
I don't know. Dude, did I ever tell you about, so when I went, this was like last month, since we graduated, my mom wanted like official, like, oh, I graduated pictures, like not just like that my friends are taking.
Yeah.
Like she wanted it done by an actual studio. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fine. If you want to, it's gonna take me like an hour.
Ours were way better, but yes.
Ours were way better.
Way
But
better.
anyway, I was sitting down in the studio. They're taking some of the pictures, and the lady walks up to me, and like she kind of like, as she's like adjusting some of the stuff in the set, she's like, you're so exotic. Where are you from?
I
I'm like-
remember this. That's
like-
so bad.
and I was just so tempted to like just kind of like say some stuff. I'm like, I'm only here for another 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna leave. And then she had the audacity to say, because I told her I was half Filipino and half white, she's like, oh my God, Southeast Asians and white people make the best babies.
Yo, that's
I'm like,
so gross.
who are
dude.
you? And why are you saying this to me?
To be fair, she has a large sample that she can pull from. That seems to be a relevant combo.
Yeah, I know, but like we're in like just beep that out. Beep
Yeah,
that out,
yeah,
just and there's not many. So I don't know what her sample is, but
I don't know, dude. She definitely got some. That's weird. That's weird.
like it was just so awkward. Like I went from like a little like annoyed to like, what are you saying to me? Yeah, I left and I'm like, bye. I'm never coming back.
I'm never taking my senior pictures here again.
Dude, I might have to do it one more time if I get into grad school.
Business. I don't expect to be taking senior pictures again for a very long time.
Dude, instead of going back for a graduate degree, just go for another bachelor's.
I'm going back for my GED.
Wait, could we? Do you think we could just take the GED to?
Dude, I'm just gonna rack up high school degrees. You'd be like, "What's your qualifications?" I'd be like, "I have 9 high school degrees." They'd be like, "Why? What are you doing? Why do you have all of those?" Just gonna be like, "You never know when you might lose one. I got 9."
I feel like if you're bored, you'd be that guy that just goes back and takes the ACT just to see what you get now.
I would tank it for sure. No, I'd probably do better because that's like for high schoolers.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm telling you right now, on the GRE, the math section that I took, it was all algebra.
Wow,
I struggled so hard.
Okay, I thought.
Do you know the last time I did just basic algebra?
No.
Sophomore year of high school.
That's a long time.
It's been like 7 years since I've just done algebra. For the last 7 years, it's been calculus, trig, differential equations, linear algebra.
Yeah, no, I probably forgot how to FOIL at this point, but I can do like, I can do an integral perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. I hate it. I hate like during one of the interviews I had, this guy, he wanted to like just ask me a few questions, not pertain to like the interview itself. He wanted to ask me like more like critical thinking questions, and he's like, all right, here's an equation for converting Fahrenheit to Celsius. At what point is Fahrenheit equal to Celsius? And I'm like, oh, that's just easy. Like, you just substitute F or C in for 0 and then solve it. And I don't know why I struggled so hard.
It's like going to summer after like a whole school year. It's like at that point, your brain's just melted. You come back and like the teachers need to kickstart you again. Yeah,
but the thing is, I never had
permanent now. It's permanent.
I took summer classes every year.
Me too, essentially. Well, no, only the last 2 years. But I mean, you know what I'm talking about though in high school, where like teachers,
exactly.
They're like, all right, I guess we start with our ABCs again.
Yeah, because like when I was in high school, like I literally just fried my brain playing video games all summer long. Like I didn't do anything productive.
I was just outside all day being like a work mule. Like totally different.
That's still you now.
Not anymore, dude. I'm in an apartment.
You may be in Boston, but that's not going to help you.
Yeah, they'll figure out some way to get me.
If you're going to come back to visit your family, and they're like, don't worry, we saved all the projects for you. He's like, I leave in 2 days. Like, well, you better get started.
Hold on, let me grab some water real quick.
I'm holding.
So let me grab some water. I'll be right back.
I'm holding. What were we talking about before you left? So we know how to cut this back in?
I don't know. We could do a hard cut. I like it. This part of the conversation.
Okay.
You ever think about you ever think about how unfortunate it is that pedometer and pedometer spelled the same? I don't know where I'm going with that.
What is a pedometer?
I don't know. I assume in the future it'll tell you how likely someone is to kidnap your kid.
Oh God.
I don't know. If you wanted to come up with that invention, though, there's no way you could spell it differently. It's just unfortunate the way pedometer is spelled.
No, there is a difference. I remember we learned about this in my Latin class in high school. Is because the root word for foot.
You had a fucking Latin class?
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah, it was a Catholic high school, so they're like, hey, you should learn Latin. I mean, we could do like Spanish or Chinese, but like I picked Latin.
That's weird.
But yeah, we learned the difference between like pedo and pedo, because pedo is the root word for foot, I believe.
See, you saying these child kidnappers got foot fetishes?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
that's all right. I get it. No, it's the walking thing. I didn't know.
Yeah, and then the other one is for person, I think it was.
Oh.
Or child. I can't remember exactly what it was. It had something to do with a person.
Thank God all that language is dead. That's awfully confusing. And I'm really glad
you
we
think
based
English
our.
isn't
I
confusing?
was saying, I'm really glad we based our language off of that.
Dude, all I'm saying is Latin was actually a really cool language, and it was actually really easy to like distinguish like different things with the syntax in the language.
So speak it. Do it.
I no.
Go ahead.
That was 6 years ago.
All right, fair point.
I don't know.
Who trusted me being on my own? So I have I don't know.
Apparently me.
That's fair. That's fair. But sometimes I have instincts and I need to know like what it would be like. Like the other day I drove home with one eye closed. Because my grandpa has one eye, and I was like, how's he doing?
This is getting back into that thing where you have that voice in the back of your head, and most people don't do these things.
Okay, but if I didn't do it, how would I know?
I mean, you could have just like walked around your apartment with one eye.
That's like, probably a lot safer. That's true. But you know what? My grandpa doesn't, so why should I?
Your grandpa doesn't even drive, does he?
No, he does. He's the most dangerous driver ever.
Oh no!
He lives past the mountain pass. It's the worst thing ever. I'm like, there's no guardrails.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
because you need your depth perception for that.
Yeah, turns out you don't. When I was driving, I was like, I kind of got a grasp of the depth perception thing. I think that's kind of like a little bit of a myth. Like, no, I mean, maybe up close when it comes to being like relevant to your body, sure. But I feel like you have some pretty good
far away. It's not going to be as much of an issue because it's far away and you can make out distances like that. But up close, you need both of your eyes because the closer it is, you can't get the full image with just one eye.
See, that's what I'm saying. So driving, not really an issue. But I've watched this man countless times try to screw in light bulbs and be off by like 1.5 feet. but
I mean, I feel like for driving, it's still an issue nonetheless.
No, it was fine. The only thing was I decided to close my left eye because that's my dominant eye, and I was like, I need to decide. Now you're closing your eye, but I closed my left eye. The only issue was my left blind spot. That was a little hard. I really had to turn my head for that one.
You had to just crack your neck anytime you wanted to check your blind spot.
Pretty much, but other than my left blind spot, like I was good. It was totally fine. I live like 8 miles away from work. Not an issue. Mm-hmm. Rush hour traffic.
Oh, you did the whole way?
Whole way. I just wanted to know. I was like, what's the difficulty level here? It's like a 3 out of 10.
You just show up to work one day wearing an eye patch. When they ask what happened, you just say like, you don't need to know.
I should make that my thing. I should have an eye patch. And
I missed when they come over to your apartment. When they come over to your apartment one day, you're just not wearing it. Be like, is your eye better? Like, no, there's never been anything wrong with it. I just wear one in the office.
Dude, I missed out on this lie. I could have been the eye patch guy, but and like one day I just come out of the eye patch, they're like, Sharif, your eye. I'm like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. They'd be like, but it's been 8 years. It's like I find it comforting that half of me is always asleep. Yeah.
Dude, but you really missed an opportunity there because
I should have.
You're away from everyone you know. You knew absolutely no one there beforehand.
I totally could have.
You could have done it.
People would have thought I had a fake eye or something.
Actually, no. But there's connections to Dave and Mike. They would have been like, "Oh, is something wrong with Sharif's eye?" They would ask him, be like, "What's he talking about?"
Yeah, I met one of Dave's friends. My friend's some guy who he's talked to probably like 12 times, but for some reason this guy knew everything about me already. Like, he knew who to look out for, and he's
those 12 times were about you.
It probably was. I mentioned stuff. I was like, he's like, yeah, he said he hangs out with, he's like, Dave said that you hang out with his son a lot. And I was like, yeah, I'm over there a lot. He's like, yeah, he mentioned that too. And I was like, what didn't Dave mention? But now there's a guy who doesn't work in my pretty much. So now there's a guy who works in my company, but not my department. So I'm probably not going to see him much after this that just knows everything about me. And just one dude.
That's what, how many people do you think are out there that just know like an unnecessary amount of information about us so they're never going to see us?
Well, at least 100, because who are these people? Who's watching this? What are you doing here?
No, but they had the intent to listen to this. Where there's just like people in the background that catch parts of our conversations or stories. And they're like, what is going on? Like, you know, those people that like do the pranks in the stores where like they're on the phone and they say like, yeah, I lost my virginity, blah, blah, blah.
See, I mentioned this
She
to
really
you.
hurt my butt.
See, I mentioned this to you once and you called me crazy for it. I said that I don't feel like I'm the main character in my story. Like, I feel like I'm a side character in everyone else's story. And you're like,
No.
that's insane.
No, see, no.
Okay,
That's
go on.
different.
How?
There's a difference between being so the way that you view the world then is you don't view yourself as the center of it.
No, I don't. I view myself as like...
Which it's good because it really humbles yourself, but at the same time it's like, why? Like because everything that happens to you and everything that you do revolves around you, so it should reinforce that idea that everything happens to you because of you.
You know what? That did kind of challenge my view on things this week, especially today when I was lost in the middle of the woods. We're not going to get to that, but I was lost in the middle of the woods, and I was like,
I didn't even laugh. I just expected that.
No, yeah, but I was like, man, whose story am I part of today? And I'm like, I'm not part of anyone's story right now. I'm just kind of on my own. It was
your own
really
story.
Weird. I know, but I was like,
see, all I'm saying, Sharif, it's like the MCU. Everyone has their own stories, and occasionally there's overlap where you're in the background.
No, I'm Rocket Raccoon at all times. I'm just kind of, I'm like I'm a little bit funny, but I kind of add to other people's story.
You're 100% Drax.
All right, yeah. If we're gonna pick a side character, sure, I'm Drax, but
you're Drax. I would be Rocket.
That's fair. You'd be
100%.
You'd be Groot with your big ass tree self.
I thought you were about to say big ass forehead, and I was about to drive over to Boston and fight you.
Nah, dude, we out here big forehead gang.
I got a normal ass forehead.
I'm rocking big forehead gang. We out here foreheading. We out here five-headed.
It's called a five head. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I was sitting in the middle of the woods, probably like 5.
Kiwan is Groot.
Kiwan is Groot.
For context, Kiwan's our friend.
Sorry, go on.
And he's so tall and lanky. Like that's all you need to know. Like it's just
that's it. Yeah,
it's just bone.
Kiwan's Groot.
Kiwan, we love you.
You're Groot. Sorry, dude. We don't make the rules. You're Groot. No, but I was sitting in the forest, like probably 5 miles away from the closest human, and I was like, this is weird. I'm not gonna be like part of someone else's story today.
You would have really been challenging that whole thought process of you being a side character if you actually moved to Alaska.
Yeah, that would have been troublesome. But like today, I definitely still did like NPC stuff, like when the simulation's not looking at me, like I just walked in a direction. That's how I got lost, actually. I just walked.
Nice.
I just walked off the path. I was like, I wonder what's that way, and I walked in a straight line. And because the forest here isn't as thickety as it is in Michigan. Like there's a lot more walking space.
I mean, because Michigan is literally just one big forest.
Yeah, no, Michigan's thicket. It's not forest. It's just like every square meter of Michigan is like tiny little stubborn annoying trees that are like a foot tall. But like in I don't know, here it's like there's room to walk between the trees a little bit. So I just I picked a direction off the path and I just started walking and I got lost. And I was like, oh man, this is what an NPC would do. I just walked like in a randomly generated direction. I found something out the hard way the other day. You can totally lose a tab on your computer. Like you can drag a window on your computer, like a windowed application. You can drag it into the bottom of the screen, and there's just no way of retrieving it. You got to close the application and reopen it.
Oh yeah, no, that's happened to me before.
I didn't know. Why is that a thing?
I don't know. It was back when I had my old laptop that had a touchscreen, and I was trying to swipe something, and I accidentally brought the whole tab down to the bottom of the screen. I'm like, it lives there now.
Yeah, I did that with an Excel sheet the other day, and I was like, they didn't patch this? It's been like 30 years since the first version of Microsoft, and you can still lose a tab off screen.
Yep.
You can't pull in. Yep. You can't lose in any other direction because there's always a little bit of a sliver to be recovered. But if you just drag that tab to the bottom of the screen, it's gone.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Why? What's the point of that?
You just leave it there. You just leave it there.
Why is there no preventative?
You don't close it. You just leave it
Why
there.
haven't they baby-proofed Microsoft for me?
I don't know. Well, what would you do if you went and closed the application, then you open up a new one and it opens up right where it was?
Like sometimes windowed Chrome does that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'd have to throw away the whole computer. I don't know what to do at that point. I think as an engineer, they taught us that troubleshooting ends at that point, and you just get rid of the whole thing and start over.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, you should just throw out your computer. Just get rid of it.
Oh, but I could need it.
I mean, do you though?
I don't know. I think we're an hour and 10 minutes ish. I think this is a good stopping point. You know what? I found out last time we got outro music.
Yeah, dude.
We got some.
It's good outro music.
It's good outro music. We got it.
It's crazy.
Okay, so
it's in the budget.
Hey, if you like this, we'll probably make more. Assuming anyone watched this again, because I think the first one was a fluke. I don't think anyone's really gonna watch this. If you did, subscribe, follow our social media. I'm Sharif.
Or don't.
I'm Sharif.
I'm not Sharif.
And with me is also Josh. I mean, is this a thing now? Okay. And hey, thanks for listening. Bye.
Cue outro music.
Bye. Cue outro music. Cute, dude. It got cute again.